Hello, my friends. Dorothy here. We are going to talk about 3 days for the astrology. So November 14, 15, and 16. And then I will also, at the end, do the Astro Dice. We're getting back to that a little bit when I can. And we'll do this deck of cards. Doing the best I can, guys. I know. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Appreciate your understanding. I can't do this every day. This, unfortunately, goes to the bottom of the list when I have lots of clients. I earn a living. This is what I do. And YouTube doesn't do anything for me in that regard. All right. So let's get started. I want to talk about the 14th to begin with. And I'm going to share my screen with you. If you're new here, welcome. I do the astrological forecast. That's a general forecast, and it's for everybody. And I don't add in the house placements, and I don't talk about the ascendant or the midheaven because we all are in different time zones. Who is hundreds and thousands of people who watch this. So hundreds of thousands would be nice. So if you're not one of them, subscribe. Let's bump me up a little. That'd be great. So the energy is what we're feeling for the day. You can see in the top left-hand corner my latitude and longitude and my time of day, but don't be overly concerned about that. Just know that on Sunday and Monday, so November 13th, November 14th, and we'll even feel it into November 15th, we have the sun in Scorpio making a trine aspect to Neptune. So that's an applying aspect and then a separating aspect for those 3 days. That means we get to work with it. We might feel it more intensely on Monday, the 14th, than the other 2 days, but it's still in effect for all of us. And so what do we work with? What does this mean? The sun in Scorpio is deep and it's intense, and it's a water sign. So we can be very feeling and intimate with that, with it making the aspect that it's making to Neptune in Pisces, also a water sign. This is easy, and this is very creative, and it's incredibly productive. We have a lot of beautiful water trines going on right here. You can see all these blue lines between these three planets, the sun, Mercury, and Venus, making a trine aspect. Mercury and Venus have already connected with Neptune, but they're coming to connect with Jupiter. That's next. I'll talk about that in a minute. Sun, trine, Neptune, be creative. It gives us that opportunity for creativity, to flow, to go in and feel deeper with what's going on in your world. And we can even, just when you meditate or when you do your yoga or whatever it is that you're doing, that is body, mind, spirit, you can take it as a level deeper, to a deeper understanding, even, solving some sort of mystery, if you will, that's in your world. Simultaneously, which is just earlier in the morning, but not by much, actually in the afternoon, Mercury is making a sextile to Pluto. So all of these Scorpio planets as well are making a sextile to Pluto and a trine up here to either Neptune and or Jupiter. So all of this together is very feminine energy. The water signs and the earth signs are feminine, meaning not gender feminine, just meaning receptive and soft. And, we receive information. Capricorn is a feminine sign, even though its ruler Saturn, people think of him as Father Time. Saturn. Anyways, we won't get on that minutia, right? So the thing is here, when we have this sextile between all these planets and Pluto, that is easy, being open to receiving, being open to just like insightful creativity, and just open for receiving information or receiving what you need to receive, like help from others, if that's something that you need to do. A lot of people are afraid to ask for help, and they try to do it all on their own, and would be surprised at how many people are willing to help them out. Okay, so that's what that energy represents. So moving on, and we're feeling it all of these 3 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Here we are, Tuesday, November 15th. This is early in the morning. So again, we feel this all on today, Monday, the day of this recording, the day I'm posting this. We feel this as well. This is the Venus trine Jupiter when it's exact. The Earth is spun a little bit, so now they're in different places. Here's Venus trining Jupiter. The numbers are exact, 2855, 2855. Again, this is great. I love this. This is like being open to trusting, It is grace. It is social involvement. It can be very beautiful, but also very seductive. If you're a creative person that loves to create, this is a beautiful opportunity for creativity. The transit moon is currently in the sign of Leo. It moved in there Monday, late Monday afternoon, Monday the 14th, and the moon in Leo, fiery, creative, and very much expressive. It's not connecting to these guys yet. However, it's an additional piece of information so you can be creative if you're feeling that way. Give yourself that opportunity because that would be something pretty amazing. Okay, next we have Venus, and this is on Wednesday, the 16th. And here, Venus enters the sign of Sagittarius, which is like, we feel a deep breath with that because when some of the planets are in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio especially, could be intense for some people. Not everybody can be, but can feel a bit intense for some people. So we have to feel this. And when we get into the Venus entering the sign of Sagittarius, this is just fun. It's adventurous, it's creative. We might want to spend some money on learning something new, something educational, something that interests us. Sagittarius is always about, give me more knowledge. I want to know more. And Venus is what we love and value, as well as our finances and spending money. So it can be like that. So there's a number of ways this can play out. And this is as general as we can get. You know, when we have readings together, a lot of you who have had sessions, you know that we can be more specific when we know exactly where this is in your own astrology. But for this content and for today, everybody knows for the next 2.5 to 3, I think it's about 3 weeks where she's in the sign of Sagittarius. It's fun, it's playful, it's creative, it's learning more, just learning more, right? And valuing what that is for you. So I love it, super duper. And then we also have Mercury. Here's Mercury. Now Mercury is almost there. So let me find when that actually is on the 16th, when Mercury makes its trine to Jupiter. And that's just before 11 a.m. Eastern time. And here we all have the chart. This chart is for the 4th quarter Leo moon. And so let's talk about the 4th quarter Leo moon as soon as I'm done with Mercury. So here's Mercury trining Jupiter, both, again, water signs. Both of them. I've been actually including this info in everything I've been explaining so far, so that Mercury trine Jupiter. So this is really nice. This is like, I feel with these planets all making the trine aspects that we have to between the water energy, it gives us a little break because there's been an awful lot of intensity lately. And there may still be some intensity depending on what in the astrology is connecting with certain things in your chart. Not everybody is overly emotional. Excuse me. Not everybody's having a hard time. However, some are because of planets interacting with your own personal chart. All right. But this gives us a breather and a break. Now, to the 4th quarter moon. So that last quarter, the last square between the sun and the moon. And, I work with that lunar gestation cycle. I talk about it deeply in Patreon. So you're welcome to come and join us there. Tier 3 is like a great place to start if you really want weekly, very in-depth things. Tier 4 is also fantastic. Go check it out. This 4th quarter moon is part of a cycle, the lunar gestation phase, that starts at every new moon. So I'm going to give you those dates. You go look back. It's almost a 3-year cycle. So you're going to have to go back to 2020. So back here we are. Here's the story. We had a new moon on August 19th of 2020. New moons in Leo about planting new ideas, new creativity. What is it that you're passionate about? And you'll find around 24 degrees of Leo in your chart and work with that area too. So 9 months later, we had the 1st quarter moon, which was a square in the other direction from this one. That was May 19th, 2021. The first quarter is a turning point. This is when we have a lot of work to do, but we're working on the moon in Leo, new moon in Leo, creativity issue thing that we set goals on or began and started. All right. That's that 9-month cycle. The next 9-month cycle, still relating all to this chart on the screen, was the full moon, February 16th, 2022. The full moons bring total awareness. We're able to see what we've created that we started back in August of 2020, right? Lockdown. What were you creating? Were you learning to make bread? I think sourdough bread was a big thing, but we were learning a lot of different things about ourselves and how to be, inventive and creative. It was a unique time in all of our lives. All right. And now here we are today, November 16th, Wednesday, November 16th, the last quarter. So now we're wrapping things up. We're finishing up whatever it was we began way back in August of 2020. We're tying things up. This last quarter, here it is. Everything has, all of these lunar phases have been right around 24 Leo. So that means that one area is active. This starts every new moon. Because one day I'll do a workshop on this. I will. I don't know. I've been threatening to do it for a couple of years now. So we have this opportunity to really tie up loose ends from something that you may have begun way back in August of 2020. I mean, I just think back, I don't know, I was walking, wasn't working a lot because everybody was sort of freaked out and, I was home alone, who wasn't, right? All of those things, but I don't know. I'm going to have to go look and see what that Leo energy, what was I creating? What were you creating? And it's all coming to a close now. All right. It's all coming to a close. You can finish things up. You can say, wow, great project or great idea or whatever. And that's what we have right there. I know that's a little complicated, but I gave you lots of good keywords. So hopefully that will help you out. I hope so. We're going to ask Spirit, what is it? We're going to roll the dice and just ask Spirit if there's anything else that Spirit, I'm going to use my mouse pad, that Spirit wants us to know. What do we get? Oops. It ran off the edge. It's like playing Yahtzee. I play Yahtzee with my mom and my sister all the time. It's great for an 89-year-old brain. I'm not talking about mine, but sometimes I am. All right. I got Venus and Gemini in the 12th house. Interesting. Venus and Gemini in the 12th. That's pretty cool. I got somebody buzzing my phone. Let me put that aside. Venus and Gemini, we value words, we value information. In the 12th house is like dream area, dreams, spirit. So bringing that to the front, bringing that to ahead, if you will. So when I see this, what else? The added message from Spirit is value your words, value the information you're receiving, especially if it's in dreams or in meditation or when you're, in a trance. I would say a trance, but trance meditation, whatever. So, because that's what that 12th house represents, dreams, meditation, hidden things. So Venus, Gemini, I love that. That just gives us a lot of fantastic, fantastic content to play with. I pulled the card earlier just for myself. It was the thunder drum, boom, 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 boom. We have to do that to stay grounded, especially if you are feeling overly wired up, wound up. We do have Mars in Gemini retrograde. There is a video out there. I've already put that out there quite a few weeks ago. It will be attached. I think it'll be attached. I'll decide if I'm going to attach it to the end of this one or not. Something else might be more important. We'll see. All right. Don't forget to comment, like, and share. What does Native Spirit card want us to have? This just a little bit of, prayer feather. I like that. And we've done this one before. It's just about getting those, and it's kind of like the 12th house. It's like Venus and Gemini in the 12th, right? It's like the prayer feather, you would take that feather, you would paint it, hang it out on a tree. But in that, while you were working on it, while you're being creative and painting that feather, you would put your hopes and dreams and wishes in there and send it off to your ancestors or whomever you like to communicate in spirit world, whether it's ancestors, angels, ascended masters, whatever it is. So you get to do that. So I think with that, with the roll of the dice, Venus in Gemini in the 12th, messages to spirit, messages from spirit, and then we get that card that's this really represents very similar energy. So that's a message for us to connect with spirit a little bit more, especially if you need to, and you're feeling like you don't have enough answers, then you start meditating, praying, and trusting your dreams and follow that path, because that's going to be a way you are always your own authority, nobody else. So that's a fantastic way to finish this up. Blessings, everybody. Namaste.